Good morning, family. Welcome to 10-1 Morning Devotion. Today's Thursday, January 18th. Let's begin by greeting our beloved Heavenly Parent and true parents. Chanjian, Champumnamge, Kyungbe. Paro. And for our family pledge, let's welcome Pastor Milhan Stevens.
가정맹세 1. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 중심, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 황족권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주대 가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본연의 효통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 천여국 시대를 맞이하여 절대 신앙, 절대 사랑, 절대 복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상 천국과 천상 천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Thank you, Pastor Milhan. Now for opening prayer, I'd like to invite Reverend Tom Corley. Reverend Corley, could you please unmute and pray for us today?
Okay, thank you. You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Greetings to our Heavenly Parent and true parents of heaven and earth and humankind. We thank you for this brand new day to be able to gather here in the New York region and offer this devotion together in the early morning. We also welcome Heavenly USA members that have arrived in Harlem and are joining us this morning. Heavenly Parent, we thank you for all that you have done down through the centuries to bring us to this point, to bring us to the point where we could welcome the true parents to this earth, something that you had wanted to do right at the very beginning of history when Adam and Eve would have matured. But sadly, it went in the wrong direction. They made a wrong choice and brought all of their descendants into a catastrophic situation. But you believed in us. We had a spark of original nature remaining inside, and you were able to work with that, starting with a few individuals who responded to your call, gradually expanding it to the nation of Israel, eventually Christianity and other religions around the world. you are to raise up people to guide different cultural spheres. And we thank you for your investment in humankind. We feel so fortunate to be people who could meet the true parents who are here on this earth in the same time period that we are here. So we pray for your guidance as we go forward. We pray for Reverend Dunkley leading our younger generation here in America. America really, really needs the principle, needs to understand the principle, needs to apply it to change and redirect this country in a better direction. So thank you again, Heavenly Parent, for this opportunity to meet and to read True Mother's memoir together. I offer this prayer in my name, Tom Corley of the Corley family, Blessed Central family, and all of us here. Adieu.
Adieu.
Thank you, Reverend Corley. God bless you. Okay, family, now it's time for our 100K reading. We're reading from the Mother of Peace, our True Mother's memoir. We're up to episode number 5. Pastor Milha.
Thank you, and Kathleen. Thank you, Reverend Corley, for your prayer. We're very excited to have Heavenly USA here, heavenly soldiers ready to instigate heavenly trouble in Harlem. Let's give them a hand. Yay. And Kathleen, I was wondering if you could read this morning. I can put up this the text. Heavenly text.
Okay, Mother of Peace, episode 5. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Perfect.
The oceans are a treasured resource. In every era of recorded history, humanity has experienced incredible pain. The most tragic period was also the most recent, the 20th century. Wars raged ceaselessly across the global village, and countless good people lost their lives in that savagery. I was born during the Japanese occupation of Korea, and I experienced the aftermath of World War II and the Korean War. I still cannot forget the terrible things I witnessed as a small child. Those times have passed, and now we are waging war against a complex enemy. The temptation to forget our responsibilities to our families and the natural environment and seek only personal comfort and convenience. Could you raise it up? Fortunately, we have a deep moral sense and wisdom and practical methods by which we can work together to achieve God's ideal. All people hope that we can recover and sustain the oceans as the Heavenly Parent created them. Covering 70% of the earth, the oceans contain immense resources. Like hidden treasures, they hold solutions for the dilemmas confronting the human race. I have emphasized the importance of the ocean on many occasions and have, together with my husband, suggested various approaches we might take. Accordingly, the ocean was chosen as the theme for the first Sunhawk Peace Prize. The Peace Prize Committee oversaw a strict process to select righteous, achievement-oriented leaders in this arena. Those selected as our laureates that year were Dr. M.V.J. Gupta of India and President Anote Tong of Kiribati, a small island nation in the South Pacific. Dr. Gupta is a scientist who, concerned over persistent food shortages, led the Blue Revolution by developing fish farming technologies. He greatly contributed to relieving hunger among the poor by widely distributing these technologies in Southeast Asia and Africa. President Anote Tong is a leading global advocate for the intelligent preservation and management of the marine ecosystem. It is predicted that much of his nation of Kiribati could be submerged in less than 30 years due to the rising sea level. In the face of such crisis, President Tong took the lead toward protecting the ecosystem by creating the largest protected marine park in the world. For decades, my husband and I took on the task of ensuring that humanity moves into a future assured of abundant food supplies and pleasant, healthy environments. We advocated the free exchange of technology across national borders and shared our vision that the oceans are a gift from God and the ultimate source of the world's nutrition. Stable food sources and pure air, land, and water are essential to world peace and the salvation of humankind. Not confining ourselves to theoretical explanations, we devoted significant resources to practical projects in the real world. For half a century, Latin America was a major site for this investment of true love and human resources. In the mid-1990s, with serious hearts, Father Moon and I traveled to the Pantanal region. The Pantanal is a vast wetland straddling the borders of Paraguay and Brazil. It is located precisely on the opposite side of the globe from our home country. There, we worked hand in hand with farmers and fishermen. Putting an end to food shortages begins by getting your hands dirty. Rather than give sermons from an air-conditioned pulpit, we worked under the scorching sun, neglecting to eat or rest. I vividly remember pondering environmental issues as I wiped beads of sweat from my face. We launched various initiatives in the Pantanal region, and we have carried out countless other projects for the sake of humankind over the past 60 years. My nature compels me to give everything I have for the happiness of others, with no desire for recognition. I know who I am, the true mother, the mother of peace, and God's only begotten daughter, and my mission is to live this way. To end Heavenly Parent's sorrow, I have dried the tears of strangers in need, considering this to be connected through threads of fate to the salvation of humanity. Everyday heroes. The end of winter can be bitterly cold, but no matter how cold it is, when spring comes and its warmth envelops the earth, we quickly forget that there ever was a winter. The bitter cold of humanity's winter is receding, and as Heavenly Parent's warmth envelops the earth, it will be forgotten. We feel this warmth at our Sunhawk Peace Prize events, such as its second biannual convention that took place in Seoul on February 3rd, 2017. That very busy day began by my personally welcoming hundreds of guests. These men and women hailed from 80 countries, representing various races, speaking many languages, and following different paths of faith. I tried to create an environment in which everyone would freely greet the strangers around them and quickly become friends. The warmth of spring was the setting in which I reminded my guests that many people in the world are friendless and hungry. Many families have been driven from their homelands. As a child refugee myself, I know there are no words to express the misery of being forced to flee one's home due to the devastation of war. The Sunhawk Peace Prize is an initiative through which I can issue the call for solutions to the painful plight of refugees and prevent livelihoods from being destroyed. I look for righteous but unheralded pioneers of peace, honor them, and strongly encourage them. The second set of Sunhawk Peace Prizes, presented in 2017, went to two such people. Dr. Sakena Yakubi and Dr. Gino Estrada do not look like celebrities. They look like everyday people. A gentlemanly middle-aged European with ruffled hair is a gifted surgeon and founder of an international medical relief organization. Dr. Gino Estrada from Italy is a surgeon and humanitarian whose work over the past 28 years provided emergency medical care for more than 9 million refugees and victims of war in the Middle East and Africa. A motherly woman with a sun-weathered face, framed by a black hijab, has brought thousands of young women hope. Dr. Sakena Yakubi of Afghanistan is an educator, referred to as the Afghan Mother of Education. She has worked in Afghan refugee camps for more than 20 years, helping refugees and displaced people resettle. She has risked her life to teach, encouraging people to hope for a better tomorrow, even in the face of enormous obstacles. In response to her award, Dr. Yakubi wrote to me in her clear handwriting, expressing her heartfelt gratitude. It is really, really wonderful. The award itself is really big. It's comparable to the Nobel Peace Prize. My life is in danger all the time. In the morning, I get up. In the evening, I don't know whether I will be alive or dead. Knowing that somebody values you and your work helps a lot. Also, I want to say to Mother Hak Jahan Moon that I am really thankful to her because she gives me credit for what I do. It means a lot to me. Korea is a country that I admire because you have been to war, you have suffered, but with your determination, hard work, sincerity, and wisdom, you have accomplished a lot in a really short time. I hope and pray that someday my country can use your country as a role model. Putting her own life in danger, Dr. Yakubi continues to fight for women and children. While we are comfortably at home eating warm meals, many are being driven from their homes. Uprooted, they live in pain and anguish, their lives completely shattered. This is the time to bring this sad tragedy to an end. Thank you, True Mother. Smiha.
Thank you, God and true parents, for these words. And Kathleen, you're an amazing reader.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
I think we all agree. Okay, well, are there any inspirations, reflections that God gave you today that you can share with everybody? So just for everyone here, we've changed our format. So after the reading, someone volunteers to share some reflection rather than me give it. We finished the book 3 times. So I think people are familiar with my reflections. They're becoming a little bit repetitive. So, but I'm more than happy to share. I can share endlessly. So if no one wants to share, I can, but I think someone, even a few words. What do you think? And Kathleen, should I call on people to volunteer?
Yes, I think that's a good idea. But I like just to say that I think it's such a wonderful idea that your parents came up with the Sun Hawk Peace Prize. Sun for Sun Myung Moon, Hawk for Ha Chan Moon. It's the people that they've chosen so far up until now are the most incredible people, very humble. They're not like the super celebrities out there. It's just such a precious and wonderful thing that our two parents are doing. And I truly hope and pray that the time will come when the Sun Hawk Peace Prize far surpasses the Nobel Peace Prize. That's what I must say.
Yeah, it's a great point about the Nobel Peace Prize. A lot of things do become politicized. And it's kind of a phenomena of humanity. You want to control everything and steer everything in a certain direction. But is it working towards God's providence is the real question. So yeah, I don't see very many prizes like that are clearly steered towards God's providence. I know Pastor Naokimi, he often gives a sermon saying, his revelation from God was, yes, there are many great people doing great works in the world, but is it for me? Does it really represent my heart? And that really matters. In fact, that makes all the difference, because people do glorious things in the name of Satan or in the name of selfishness or self-promotion. But who's really doing it for God's glory? That's the real progress. Ask us. Yeah. Did I get a from Heavenly USA? Anyone want to share something? A little sermonette? Come to this microphone.
Okay.
Sunny?
Just sit down.
Oh, thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. Yeah, my name is Sunmi. And I just wanted to share. I was thinking about this yesterday, like a little bit. Yeah, like while we're here in Harlem, it's like a pioneering condition, helping out in this community. And what stood out was this line. It's near the beginning. It says, like, those times have passed and now we're waging war against a complex enemy, the temptation to forget our responsibilities to our family and the natural environment and seek only personal comfort and convenience. And yeah, just last night, I remember we were talking about like early pioneers like in our church and how like they just like went forward like full of zeal, full of like faith and excitement, really trying to like unite with true parents and follow like just like their will and like this, and just like invested a lot in prayer and like offered a lot of devotion. And how I think especially like with like the advancement of like technology and all of these things that are for our convenience and for our comfort, it's like so easy to get like sucked into that now. And I don't know, like because of those things, like I don't know, just like going into this time, it's like I don't know, it's just like easy to, I don't know, just like forget that we can like turn back to like those things, that we don't need a lot of those things. Even thinking about like past like I guess GPA or like SCF, like how they wouldn't have like phones, they wouldn't have GPS, and so they would just have to like be like, okay, meet here, and just like pray that they find each other at the end of the day. Or there's like a lot that we have now that is like a lot of technology, but at the same time it like we lose that kind of like natural or like connection to like our spirituality because of that. But I don't know, so that like stood out to me because I was thinking about it yesterday. Yeah, but I think just like reading Mother's words, it's like, yeah, like I don't know, it just like it like really like I think like grounding and just like stimulating like my original mind. Yeah, just like I don't know, yeah, and yeah, even what you guys are sharing about like the Sunhawk Peace Prize and how like yeah, so many things are done for like individual purposes, but like it should like this advancement of technology and all these things, like it should be like for God and like to do great things in the world. But yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Sunny. Thank you so much. That's great. You bring back memories on MFT. True. We didn't have GPS. We didn't have phones. Our captain would drop us off and hope to meet us at the other end of the strip or at the end of the town, or somehow we found a way.
It's amazing. Again, show of hands on the Zoom. Who's done MFT? Raise your hands. Yeah. Okay. So is that really true? You had to pray to God that you actually meet up again?
Well, like our captain would drop us, like when we would do like strips, we'd say, okay, I'll drop you off here, pick you up at the end. But sometimes we would have a town. We would have a whole town. So drop us off in the early morning and pick us up, at night.
Yeah.
Somehow we found a way to find each other in the middle of the town somehow. I can't even believe it. And we didn't have phones or anything. So we'd have these secret codes sometimes when we would call the center, collect. 121st Street is calling, collect. Can you accept the call? And stuff like that.
Phones start ringing and then you have to pick them up.
We have we call ODU, Origin Division Union.
That's right.
Drop two people at one end of town and go in opposite directions, and then meet up at the other end of town.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Thank God,
smart.
thank God for technology now.
So, I mean, that point that was read about what I call it identifying the real enemy. The enemy is not a person or a group of people or a bad system. The real enemy is mind-body unity. Whenever we overcome our personal comforts to serve God's providence, it moves things forward on a personal level, group level, societal level. But as things get more comfortable, which even in the last days we read, and in eschatology, that life becomes more comfortable. And so it's like, okay, well then where is the challenge? Where is the mind-body unity? And it becomes more difficult to reach that mind-body, well, that challenge to overcome. And so, for example, like we just got mattresses for everybody here. And I know Nishan once said, like, I want to sleep on the hard, dank floor, It's like, well, sorry, you're not going to have that here. You're going to have a good night's rest so that you can work even harder during the day. So you're going to have to, you know what I mean? So the bar has been raised when the comforts are raised. And I think that is the challenge as society develops. We have to go into nature, into the jungle, into difficult situations to help bring more comforts to people there. And that's a challenge. America's plagued with this now. We have a generation who they didn't go through war. And so we kind of have to find that war front, wherever it is, and find where the real problems are. Now, what tends to happen is without problems, we create problems. I think the biggest problem we've created in America is this whole LGBT so-called civil rights movement. So we created this problem that we can try to solve. But we need to find the real problems, okay? And Mother talking about the environment, she's talking about people who have nothing in impoverished places, and so this is the real front, battlefront. So this generation can experience a movement, and it's a peace movement. And peace is not just the absence of war. Peace really is relationships and bringing God to all humanity and the blessing. That is the real war front. And so Mother is very well articulating this battlefront, overcoming my personal comforts, waking up at 5 a.m. so I could be on time for 6 a.m. That's honestly the hardest one. It's just waking up in the morning. But it's easier when you have a lot of people together. So I feel a lot more awake with all of GPA here than when it's just me and Reverend Dase. But that's how God made it. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna pause. Maybe you have time for one more person to share. Yeah, Miwa.
Good morning, brothers and sisters.
Morning.
Morning. I was thinking about what True Mother wanted to tell me this morning, as I was reading this. And when I think about this one quote that I have, I can't get it out of my head. So I know that it's something that True Mother is telling me. But it says, "My nature compels me to give everything I have for the happiness of others, with no desire for recognition. I know who I am, the true mother, the mother of peace, and God's only begotten daughter, and my mission is to live this way. To end Heavenly Parent's sorrow, I've dried the tears of strangers in need, considering this to be connected through threads of fate to the salvation of humanity." And yeah, this one really short line of, my mission is to live this way. Like, this is my mission. Like, I know who I am. This is my mission. And yeah, I think like while reading this, I can sense like Mother's confidence and mother's conviction, right, in knowing who she is. So she says and repeats, like, I'm the true mother, the mother of peace, and God's only begotten daughter. And my nature compels me to give everything I have for the happiness of others. And like, she's so clear with her identity and her mission, like as God's daughter, to help God and to serve God. And I was like replacing like myself like with her, and I was thinking about, like like I think we should all ask ourselves, like, what is our mission? Like, do we even know who we are? And yeah, I really felt like God is also asking me to go through this course, to similar to Sunmi, like of not being comfortable, like asking myself, like, what more can I do, like, while I'm here in Harlem? What more like conditions or devotion can I do while I'm here in Harlem? How can I like not be in a comfortable place? Because mother, like, she is every single day, like, she knows she can't be comfortable knowing that like all of humankind is suffering, knowing that God is suffering. And it's inspiring to see like how sensitive and how close she is, like one in heart with God every single day. And I think, mother is meant to be an example. So, if this is the true mother, like, I too should have that oneness in heart with her and oneness in heart with God. And I should also think about like God's heart. And the theme for this time is heart of salvation. It's God's heart of salvation and how we can tap into that. And I think, yeah, just true mother reminding me, like, this is what drives her. This is what she remembers like every single day, is God's heart. And this is what drives her and motivates her to do more, to not be comfortable, to give more, to live for the sake of others. And yeah, I want to follow in her footsteps and in her position. So yep, thank you.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you.
It's envious of that your mother is so clear about who she is. And I wish I had that clarity myself. I remember her father, and like mother too, I'm sure, said this, that they long for the day where one person besides themselves can feel the responsibility to restore the entire world and everyone who ever lived in spirit world and everybody. That they cannot rest until at least one more person can inherit everything. And not just, but here's the thing, you've heard, what was it, Uncle, was Spider-Man's dad or uncle, I forget his name. He said, with great power comes great responsibility, something like that. And I think it's much more profound to look at the opposite, the inverse, which is with great responsibility comes great power. And you look at your parents' life, and it seemed to me that yes, they were chosen, but like as the Bible says, many people were called, but few are chosen. Only a few people can actually say, I am responsible. If this word falls apart, it's on me. Doesn't mean you do by yourself. That's not possible, but you have to be so selfless for God to use you, use your body, use your mouth, use your life, use everything that you have, your family members, everything's on the table, that God could use you to restore the entire world. Like that, it is envious that mother has that clarity. Now, I do believe we each have to have that clarity too. And it comes from a deep place. It can't just be said. It has to be practiced every single moment of every day. That's why I'm so grateful for the Chunshin one, because it provides an environment where you can just pray and feel the presence of God in your heart. Also, some of the practices like screaming Abaji Omani is just like a little child screaming for his parents, and then God comes. So we need true parents to reach that understanding of who I am. and it's joyful. All of this is a joyful experience. It's not something we dread, or it's not like that at all. Really, it's the most amazing life. It's not suffering can definitely be joyful when we understand how God is, how close we are to God, and going about it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Mahan. Our family, today is day 12 of our 40-day period of devotion to usher a victorious entrance into Chunwon-gun and the Chunwon Sanctum, and for True Parents' birthday. Do we have any prayer requests today? Well, we definitely want to pray for Heavenly USA for their work in Harlem today.
Absolutely. Reverend Josh, can you put up the prayer list now? Thank you.
This is our prayer request bulletin. I want to hope and pray that Heavenly USA stays warm. It's cold out there.
It's also dry. I think we need humidifiers.
Yeah. Well, if we don't have any new prayer requests today, then let's begin our 7 minutes resonance prayer. We'll start with 3 Abaji Omanis. Let's pray. We'll have a 7 minutes prayer.
Heavenly Parents, thank you so much, Father.
Dear Divine God, our Heavenly Father,
Good morning.
good morning,
Heavenly
this
Parents,
18th
come
of
this morning.
we're so grateful to be
Thank you. I pray for the two parents in the two families.
Especially young
Pray for the victorious entrance to Chunwon-gun and Cheonggye Sanctum.
Koksedin, Uskyu,
Pray, my Father.
Gini,
Pray,
Sezin,
Father.
Father,
that you get to
Father. For the victorious
kind.
that you get to see
that pray for the witness, witness
guys
young people and the young church group. Pray for the unification of North and
Amazing teacher.
heavenly unified
Mother,
in our world, and to realize a heavenly unified world. Pray, my Father, for Asian care. Tisha Dekode, Uncle Robert, Anik,
parents watch.
delivery. Our transition to
Development.
my Father, for the I pray for my brother,
Sustainable development
William
in
Ashbone,
North and South America.
to Father for Dr. Ralph,
Canal.
Revelation and understanding
Why Brazil?
didn't happen.
India.
to Father, I pray
40 years. The how,
Peace.
Lord, from my
heart, concentration. While reading it. This can be, it can be a great example.
Action Ministry,
Faith in Lord's religion is
New York voters of the New Yorker.
All try to be comfortable.
My Father, we thank you for the
Not
God, that we can create that
we thank you. Thank you, Father. Thank you.
Father, when
just
subject
the couple, always challenging
train themselves how to love others and these
Foreign providence,
their life.
Common Church House,
to love others in these difficult
ministry. Father,
Of
thank you
mankind.
for the ongoing health and recovery of Leo. Leo,
For the individual,
thank you, Father.
USA,
Thank you, Father. Thank you.
they are challenging Holland,
Thank you very much.
teaching people, telling, feel, and war.
Thank you very much. To pray together,
Challenging
Father,
young people.
pray together with my brother and sister.
Sake of God's kingdom.
We thank you.
Without challenging,
So very much.
blaming,
Thank you. So I really
and
thank
yelling,
you.
fear,
Pray for the
new
husband.
culture of all crises affecting mankind.
Pray, my Father.
From around the world,
Recovery,
New York,
Father. Recovery.
mixing up,
bless us through his life.
Thank you, Father. Thank
challenging,
you.
The current province of the USA is
but they are pure
church
force. That can be
Father, for the
created
island people,
heavenly
with the Bishop New Area
for the island
for ongoing health recovery of the church family.
sometimes
this. We're so grateful that we understand more deeply
together with
about
the ministry, the health ministry,
how other
Walk by this place, they will say,
kingdom
that's
ministry, the home of love,
to go further.
that's
other
the
ministry.
confirmation
Thank you, Father.
right path. For all the ministers,
Please forgive our
Invade
limitation.
you,
Forgive our
thank
past.
you so much.
We are not ready.
So, Father, I come and pray together with my brother and sister, our leaders,
Pastor Machua,
leaders, the family federation
the
president,
days,
Damien
walk,
and now Reverend Neil and Stephen,
this 40 days.
Joyce, Reverend Sebastian Luna,
From Satan,
Paul, Reverend Gardner, Reverend Dante, Reverend Green,
world around us.
you, Father, Reverend for Heavenly USA,
Be accomplished. The true parents were here.
We don't have our attention, God.
혹시라도 잊고 없고 인형하니 평상하시 가실 줄이 있으랴 님향하니 변타하시 가실 줄이 있으랴
Janjian, Champomlemge, Hyangbe. Haro. Now I have 3 cheers of Okwansei.
전국의 하옵신 하늘 부모님 저주인 자 부모님
Osmanse.
victory for the Chuncheon residents prayer
Osmanse.
Thank you, everybody. Bless you, Pastor Milan. Do we have any announcements today?
I don't have any special.
Just beautiful to see the young people in Harlem. Heavenly.
Yes, let's give them a big hand. They're so happy to have them here. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I think that's it.
Hi guys, good morning. Just one more thing. As always, very happy to see Heavenly USA here. God bless them for a safe journey here and the most success for all their endeavors that they have planned for their time here. And also wanted to, pray for Uncle Robert, for him to have everything work his way so that he can come home safe to his family and to us.
Thank you, Joel.
Plus my dad's surgery yesterday, everything went fine. He's good and he's just resting and at his sister. So he'll be home soon and back on.
Okay, good. Thank you for letting us know. I was really wondering how he was doing. Ayaka-san, you're muted, Ayaka.
Thank you very much. Maybe those who participated yesterday's national prayer call, Chuncheon prayer, they know it. True Mother heard about the report on Kusensha from heard it, and then Dr. Kim reported. As soon as she heard, she gave her her jacket and put it in the bag, but that was given to her. The mother wore only once to come, but then by wearing that, to wear that mother's jacket, cover her body, and that was what she did, and just reminded us again. Mother assigned Kusensha as a director of a BFM without meeting her. She only met Layton at Hawaii. Layton was a workshop staff for a True Family, like a third generation's workshop. So Layton really became closer. And one day Mother called, and so she asked, "What do you want to do with their life?" So Layton said that I have to finish the college first, and then Mother said, "Your wife should be the director of a BFM." So Dr. Kim was shocked. He said, "I never met the Kusensha," and the mother never met and decided. And then when she heard this time, Mother gave her own jacket to put over this when you go back to. So Reverend Dunkley took it to New York. And yeah, that's a beautiful what I heard. I was truly pray that her brain cancer will be removed, and I do feel it. She have a faith and love for mother to be healed.
Thank you, Ayako-san.
Someone better.
Any other announcements? What's Heavenly USA's plans for today?
You know?
Yeah, for a couple of days since we just came here, it's mainly just preparation. There's a lot to plan because we'll be here for the next, I believe, 30 to 40 days.
Oh, good.
So today, yeah, we're going to be talking a lot about team culture and planning about what kind of culture we want to create as a team. We'll be listening to culture talks, and yeah, that's like the first step. Yeah, and then, yep, thank you.
Thank you. We're so happy to have you with us. Thank you very much for coming. Okay, family, thank you so much for being here today. Hope you have a wonderful day. Please stay warm out there. God bless you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye. Have a good day.